A couple of days ago, a few friends asked me to make hollow torches for fire eating, and I thought it's a perfect opportunity to show you how to make this cheap, beginner-friendly, hollow fire eating torches. I'm MeHow, this is MeHow Create, and let's go with the build. To make hollow torch, you will need these materials and tools: hacksaw, flat and round files, Kevlar, aluminium pipe, sandpaper, measuring tape, marker, Kevlar thread, thick needle, drill and drill bits, sharp scissors, some kind of tape, and since I'm making a few of these torches, I will use this 3D printed tool to help me align all the holes. More on that later. And I forgot to include this here, but the pliers would be really handy. First, I measured my aluminum pipe to length. I like my hollow torches to be 50 cm long, and I am using 8 mm outside diameter pipe. If you want, you can also make the torch out of steel pipe. As for now, my only option to cut this pipe is hacksaw. I would love to have some kind of machine that would cut it nice and straight. So after freehand sawing, there's a lot of file down needed. You want to have very smooth ends of the pipe, especially the one that you will put in your mouth to suck the vapors. This is my personal touch. I like to measure around 1 cm from the end and sound it down. This ensures me to have very smooth mouthpiece and there are no metal burrs or anything sharp. At the beginning, I told you about this 3D printed tool. It has evenly spaced out holes, and that really speeds up the whole process of drilling out those holes. There will be a link in the description where you could download the file and 3D print it on your own. Oh, and I use 2.5 mm drill bit for this. After drilling those holes, there will be a lot of burrs inside the pipe, so you want to clean it really good with the round file, just like this. I use 45 mm white Kevlar. You could also use 50 mm Kevlar, but the smaller one is better for beginners to learn all the basics of the fire eating. Be sure to cut the Kevlar with sharp scissors. With a dull one you will have really hard time cutting and the edge will be all frayed and just messed up. I marked about 5 mm from the edge. This is how much the Kevlar will stick out of the pipe. You will sew that close later. I thread the needle near the mark and began attaching the Kevlar to the pipe. I am going through the whole pipe 2 times in each of 3 holes. And at the end I am making really simple knot to secure the thread in place. If you haven't seen my how-to video about basic fire torch, you can click on the top right corner of this video, or there will be a link in the description. You need to find the balance between wrapping the wick too tight and too loose. The torch needs to be nice and snug, so just go by feel. I folded about 1.5 centimeters to the inside of the wick. This will make it really neat and easy to sew the seam. And just for now you can secure the wick with some kind of tape. And now the fun part starts. Sewing wick is really nice. I started by threading the needle from the inside to hide the knot. Then I went from the top through some Kevlar layers all the way down to the bottom. And from there I moved about 1 to 2 millimeters aside and went from the bottom to the top. You want to make this sewing pattern all the way up. This makes the wick really sturdy and robust, and the thread isn't sticking out and it won't get burned through that easily. You want to keep this ladder-shaped pattern very even, making sure to pull the thread as you go to secure everything in place. Once you reach the top, you want to make 90-degree turn and continue the same pattern, this time closing the top of the wick. At the end I made the same simple knot to tie it all up, and then I went all the way up to the top seam and then all the way down to the bottom of the torch. Here is a good spot to cut the thread. This secures the thread so it will not unwind and hide all visible thread and knots. And there you have it. Very simple, hollow, fire-eating torch. They turn out really nice, lightweight and compact for transport. The wick has a nice steady flame that will last up to 2.5 minutes depending on what kind of tricks you are doing. If you want to be fancy, you can put a little piece of heat shrink too for added grip. I highly recommend for you to make 2 of those torches for starters, or as many as you want actually. Oh, you plan to make a lot of those torches and you have a 3D printer? Just save your time and print this tool. You won't regret it. There's a link in the description. I think I've made 6 of those torches for my friends and 2 for myself. If you like this video, make sure to click all the buttons that need to be clicked and remember to create your own reality.